All right, guys, and welcome to episode 115 of the Go Home Show. I'm your host, Eric Bedore, along with my co-host, tag team partner, best friend, Brian Abushakra. Brian,
yo,
how you doing today?
I'm good.
That's fantastic. Guys, another week of wrestling. Big stuff going around. Smackdown tonight was crazy. They had a women's cage match. Yep. They announced the Elimination Chamber match, which is going to be nuts. It looks like Miz is probably going to move into like
the main event picture again.
That's going to be...
That'll be pretty sick.
I mean, for as much as we don't typically enjoy him...
He's been great since the brand split.
He's had the ability to be, like, interesting again, which, man, it's been a long time since that's been the case. So, that's really cool. SmackDown's been really good. Raw's been...
Oh, yeah. Well, Raw's been the new SmackDown, as we've been saying for weeks.
For since the brand split, we've been just so this is SmackDown.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. That sucks.
This week was pretty fun.
It wasn't bad.
No, I thought it had pretty good wrestling, and it had a pretty good show that moved along pretty well.
I thought the main event was pretty good.
Yeah.
The crowd was super into that. It was like I mean, you're booking Braun Strowman to be like really strong, which is really cool because when he's booked like that, he's a lot of fun to watch. He's a fucking badass.
Yeah.
When he's like when he's booked to be a big fucking badass, he's really good at being a big fucking badass.
Yeah, booked to your strengths.
So very cool, very good. But then this weekend, they had the United Kingdom Championship Tournament.
Hell yeah.
What did you think of that?
That was honestly some really cool wrestling.
It was fun.
Yeah.
What did you think of it compared to like the Cruiserweight Classic?
I thought they did a really good job of having a very different feel for it, but making it feel, like it's still part of the WWE brand. And because it wasn't a tournament to end up on a main show, I felt like they immediately got off the ground with like stories and personalities.
Yeah, didn't you? I felt like that a lot more than
the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah, definitely. Because it's not like I disliked the Cruiserweight Classic.
No.
It was a lot of fun. And it was really cool.
Yeah.
But you had a lot of guys who they're not sticking around.
Yeah. You know,
I know we've seen Sean Maluta on TV since then, but like Kota Ibushi, Zack Sabre Jr., I think WWE kind of that was like their feeling out tournament.
Yeah.
In the way that, what do you even call it? They took a chance on a lot of talent, and then when that talent didn't sign, it seemed like they kind of went like, oh, we didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, Kota Ibushi, I guess, was like, nah, I don't want a contract. But he doesn't need one.
Nope.
He goes to Japan, wrestles anywhere, is going to be, at home, doesn't have to learn a new style. And, he said before he wants to, break the four walls or the four corners of the wrestling ring and try something different. I guess he is by being Tiger Mask. But
right? Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah, I think that's cool.
That's like the most anime-looking mask, too.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That is an anime mask.
They definitely shouldn't have had that at Tiger King or at the Wrestle Kingdom 11. That Tiger Mask versus Dark Tiger Mask.
You got to promote your...
No, I get it.
Promote your cartoon.
Promote it within, but don't I don't know. I felt like having a match. They didn't have it for too long though, and I think it was a good breath of fresh air.
Right.
So that's good.
Yeah, but the UK tournament I thought was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's all the mistakes that they made in the Cruiserweight tournament. They went, let's rectify these. And then you could see them learning even as the tournament was going on.
Yeah.
That whole first day, we were talking about this, that whole first day, they tried everything they could to not have the crowd say one fall after they said one fall.
Yeah.
They said one fall at the beginning.
Yep.
And then tried to talk right over it. That got boos.
Yep.
They tried not saying one fall and changing one finish or different terms for it, and the crowd booed every time.
Yeah.
They did not like it. So I thought that was weird. But then as it went on, and then even into the second day, they let it they let it be okay, we'll say one fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you guys win. It's a cool tournament.
Yeah.
It was fun in a way where I'm trying to put it into words. The wrestling wasn't better than the Cruiserweight Classic. I don't think by a long shot.
No.
I don't think, I don't know that they were necessarily even comparable.
Yeah, two totally different styles of wrestling. You saw a lot more hard hitting.
Well, there were a lot more in the Cruiserweight tournament. Everyone was doing like bigger moves and dives, and you had people who wrestled like Jack Gallagher, and then you had guys who wrestled like Kota Ibushi, and then you guys had Cedric Alexander and the Bollywood, but like you had like all these different wrestling styles.
Yeah.
The UK tournament was like, hey, are you a hard-nosed brawler from Leeds? Well, I'm a hard-nosed brawler from Birmingham. Well, I'm a hard-nosed brawler from New South Wales. Like, what? The only people that stood out were, like, Mark Andrews and Pete Dunn, and then Tyler Bate, because Tyler Bate was something different. He had
totally different.
A lot of personality. There were other guys who stood out in the tournament.
Yeah.
Like, of course, but like,
I thought Wolfgang was somebody
I thought that guy was a first round elimination, and he went pretty deep.
Yeah, and he switched 2/3 in from being a face to a heel.
I thought that was like the coolest part of that match.
That was so cool.
When he was like pointing to the corner and like calling for a moonsault, like, yeah, right? That's what you guys want to see. And the crowd like booed him, and like he's like kind of confused.
Yeah.
I thought that was so fucking cool.
Awesome.
Really like that. Well, who else was your standout from the UK tournament? Then we'll kind of get into it.
For me, it was Pete Dunne. I mean, I know we already mentioned him, but like, holy shit, man.
Bruiserweight is such a thing, like, that's easy to get behind. Oh, Bruiserweight. Oh, that sounds fucking cool.
Sounds cool.
And then he's got it on the tights, but he wrestled in like just everything about him. He just has a look that is like, yeah, fuck you.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, you look at him and like, he looks like a pretty boy
he looks like an ugly pretty boy. He's all like scarred and scruffed,
like acne scarred.
Yeah. But like, he's very like baby faced.
Yeah.
Like otherwise, very young looking.
I mean, what is he, like 24?
I think he's 23.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's 23.
And he trained Tyler Bate, or they trained together?
I think they might have trained together.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, and Trent Seven was the other guy that
Trent Seven was yeah.
I like Trent Seven a lot.
Yeah.
But man, Pete Dunne, I think was everybody's pick to win the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely mine.
Man, what a great booking effort to have someone like Tyler Bate come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Because when you see that guy, he looks like he would be like your dorky cousin. Like, and for some reason he grew a mustache. Like,
well, because he doesn't want to look like a child.
Yeah, he would look very young without it.
Yeah. Well, he's 19.
Yeah. God. Somebody asked him in an interview, hey, where do you see yourself in 10 years? And he said, my 20s. Cool. Fucking cool.
That's great.
Tyler Bate coming out with the little wave.
Yeah.
Everything about him was so different from everyone else. So different from everyone else. You could see who was like really going far in that tournament. Mm-hmm. Just a really good time of like 2 days of wrestling that had a cool storyline that you can definitely see is going to go somewhere if they do like this, weekly or monthly show that they've been talking about. You figure they'll probably do like TNA where like they'll tape once a month, or I guess like NXT. They'll tape once a month for like 4 weeks and then put that on.
I guess so.
And then you have guys who can wrestle. I think everyone signed contracts. Everything was reported to be around. They'll be making 19,000 pounds a year, which is like not any money. Jeez. But they can still work the indies on everything except iPay-per-view. The rumor now is that ICW is going to be running shows on the WWE network.
Oh, wow.
But that was all just like hot off the tail of this tournament. Like, who knows what kind of like misreporting bullshit
I'd love
and everything.
To see them progress.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And evolve.
Yeah. Oh, I'd like to see any of that. Mm-hmm. Any of that.
I mean, especially with like Evolve, they're working like, they have a really good working agreement.
Yeah.
So why not? Why not just have their shit there and then it's kind of like pre-NXT?
Yeah, it's I think you can kind of keep all these things separate. I think WWE is, excuse me if this sounds like shitty or smarmy or like I know what I'm talking about when I'm not, but like I think WWE is afraid of New Japan going going global.
Yeah, I could see that. Either that, or they see how little effort it takes to get things locally done.
But it's not a matter of effort, because given enough money, effort doesn't matter.
Right.
But like they're spending a lot. Like that costs money that you don't have to spend because you're just doing it already.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they saw this second revival of indie wrestling through like the last couple of years as like, this might be like a little bit of a, maybe not like a threat, but like a farm league, and we can groom these guys to be, like that kind of thing. But then I think New Japan coming through, and then like the last couple like Wrestle Kingdoms, I think that's been a thing where they're like, oh, people don't necessarily want to come and work here. They can go work in New Japan. We need to make sure that nobody gets over in like New Japan. And I think WWE is like, I don't want to use the word spiteful because it's not right, but I can't think of another word in its place. It doesn't want people to get popular outside of them.
Yeah.
And so when they see that happening, they kind of make these strides to like not let that happen.
I can see that.
And this does not seem like a short play. I was talking to a couple people, and we were talking about like, hey, we have to, WWE is a publicly traded company.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they're spending all this money to go do like, stuff for like the network, presumably, and sign all like this indie talent, but not really to WWE and all this stuff. And like, if you hold stock in that company, you're like, what are you doing? This is like this isn't lucrative right now.
Yeah.
But I think that their play is a long play.
Yeah.
You have a little bit of money set aside, and you're like, okay, we're only going to spend $250,000.
Yeah.
And $250,000 is going to get us this much programming on the network, which is going to get us this many subscribers, which is going to get us, this many wrestlers in our system.
Yeah.
And sort of ingrained and like have like a healthy working relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can see them trying to do that, but man, that's like a 5-year, 10-year process. And like planning that long is like not what they usually do.
No. So that makes me think maybe it's the other way around, and it's a shareholders kind of like, hey, we can't just keep pretending that we're the only big market in the world now.
I think that's true. They are the only publicly traded wrestling. Well, no, is New Japan publicly traded? I don't think it is.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
I mean, I know it's been around long enough for it to get that big, but I mean, we're talking about them getting to this point after 35 whatever plus years of being in the business, and WWE's been there for the last 20.
Right.
So I think like people at the higher ups are like, hey, you can actually, people are interested in Japan. Like the whole country is interested in Wrestle Kingdom because it's like they're bringing in people from America. They're doing this. They're doing this. Why can't we do the same thing?
That's true. I mean, why source yourself or be limited to like the, the reach that you have with like these small people and everything. And then now, I mean, they're signing like a ton of talent to like Chris Hero's back.
Yeah.
Like
mentioned him in the UK tournament. Like that was really cool to hear him say.
Cassius Ono. And then they've signed just like a lot. Tommy End is signed in WWE. And like, that's so
Tommy End
weird. Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a strange time in wrestling, but like at least you get stuff like Wrestle Kingdom where you get the craziest fucking match you've ever seen in Okada and Kenny Omega.
Yeah. Man, that match was great.
That was incredible.
Yeah. That was really one of the best matches I think I've ever seen. That was really, really cool.
But you also have guys like who can also be in that place having awesome matches like Naito and like Tanahashi, and like you have so many people, and now you even have guys who are in like the tag division who are like really coming up. I think the Guerrillas of Destiny have improved like so much.
Yeah.
And they're awesome. I have such a good time watching like Tama Tonga and Tongaroa to like go and do their thing. They're fucking cool. They're bruisers and they're badass, and nobody moves like Tama Tonga.
Nobody.
So it's, I don't know. You have a lot of potential out in the world of wrestling, and I think WWE is just trying to like grab at it.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know. What are you thinking about Royal Rumble?
The Royal Rumble.
This is the first time in 3 or 4 years where we don't know where they're going with WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So we do, other than Goldberg and Lesnar.
Yeah. I mean, I have no idea who's gonna win the Royal Rumble at all. Like, I keep trying to think. I'm like, I don't know. Like, could it be The Miz? No, I don't think it's necessarily going to be The Miz. I think he's going to be in the Final Four. He's going to do some sort of sneaky thing like he always does. Probably roll under the ropes again, whatever, which I hate. But yeah, I mean, like, Cesaro and Sheamus are in it. All of the New Day are in it.